Hello, all you poster freaks out there. We're back on the Psychedelic Art Exchange YouTube channel to show you some fun artifacts that we are offering in our current auction. That is session 2 of our September mega sale. It's live now. It's open until this Thursday, September 26th at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Enough of the boring stuff. I'm really excited about some of the posters that we're going to talk about today. So let's get rolling.
So we have a couple of posters to offer in our mega sale by one of the stars of the current poster scene, Emek. Emek has been on the scene for several years now, decades, I guess.
Yeah.
But he's, one of the most sought after artists in the canon of modern gig posters. The
Mm-hmm.
modern gig poster thing falls into our mega sale because the mega sale is our cover all sale, unlike our graded poster sale, which primarily focuses on the vintage posters from the 1960s, the Fillmore, the Avalon, Grandy Ballroom. This is a wide open territory. I mean, these prints are sold at almost every big show nowadays as
Mm-hmm.
merchandise.
Yeah.
There is more people interested in trading these posters than the vintage classic stuff. So it is our
Mm-hmm.
job here to try to walk them along the path to discover the old stuff, because and this is the perfect opportunity to draw
Exactly.
to draw both of those worlds together. And so in 2016 and 2017, Emek did a series of posters that were parodies of the original psychedelic concert posters, and this is really the most fun thing that he's done in my estimation. And Emek's done a lot of fun stuff. He is really creative in terms of design and medium,
Mm-hmm.
and he gets into all sorts of funky territory sometimes. There was that
Yeah.
poster for Primus that you own that's made of
Oh
cutouts
yeah.
and foam, and there's the Velvet Revolver poster that he did on velvet. I mean, he really is one of the most clever, artists in
He
the
he
field
was
now.
he was dubbed the thinking man's poster artist by Henry Rollins, the punk rock legend, and that's quite the endorsement. And he has so many fans. I mean, you already said it, but I mean, his posters might be the most looked for, along with Sperry, today.
Yeah, and Emick tends to work for bands that he likes to listen to as well. So he, apparently must be a fan of Ween, much like my daughter
Like
here.
me.
Yes, yes. So I really wasn't paying attention to this band as deeply before Katie became a big fan of it. I mean, they were sort of always drifting into the jam band world where I hang out, but they really never caught there. They're a band that
Well,
that defied description and categorization. Um,
yeah. They shouldn't have ever really gotten famous. It's kind of a fluke that they did, but like they were coming up in the 90s where there was like a bit more leeway in what could become famous. Um, but they do slip into the jam band scene a little bit because Dean Ween, the guitar player, is really into Jerry Garcia and the Allman Brothers. But also, Fish covers Roses Are Free, a song by them. And I think that's really kind of how they became enmeshed in this jam scene. Um,
one of the funny little things, and in the margins, this he does a great job, and he spoofs on the poster in many different ways, including fake pinholes, but it
yeah.
says "Roses Are Free" here. This is Boognish, which is the patron saint of Ween.
Yeah, he's their mascot, I guess you could say. And yeah, this is an amazing spoof on the FD-26. It's got Boognish, it's got roses. And I mean, how can you get much better? It is funny that there are, I think, on all of these, because we have a few more that we'll show you. There are fake pinholes on them, which I feel like is just even more of an acknowledgement of like where the art comes from.
Yeah, so this is an artist proof that is,
Hmm.
this is a scarce piece, and we're we're hoping that the new poster fans find us here, because this is really a special piece to have come in. It amuses me on every level, and I mean, it's great quality. I believe, I mean, we really, because these prints are out of the pack new, and most people collect them new, they don't fall into the same grading sort of world as the old stuff, and we super conservatively graded that, but because of that, because we assume that every single one is fresh, and there's hardly anything to be considered a flaw on any of these copies. On the foil ones that you're about to see, there's like a couple little minor edge things, but nothing so drastic to really knock it out of the near mint category. Anyhow, so,
and I believe they're all signed too.
Yeah, they're all signed, they're all limited, they're all here, except for the Hendrix 105, which is a great one too.
We don't have that one now, but we have sold that in the past.
Yes. So anyhow, this is the Emek Ween of that's really the lead piece of these satire pieces in the sale. So moving on.
I'll tell you, as someone that's been to a bunch of Ween shows, I've never been able to score a poster. So it's like an Olympic sport.
It is.
You gotta get there early and wait in line.
And to be able to see them is a challenge too. You've had them cancel on you several times. We had we had tickets to see them in Philly, where they were going to be doing Chocolate and Cheese in its entirety, and they canceled the show, which I'm disappointed.
We hope they'll come back soon, but even more of a reason to check out these posters while you can.
All right, so moving on from the FD26 parody, we're moving on to a BG18 takeoff, which is it's one of the tougher posters in the BG series, especially to find in good shape. And this is a foil print. It's all shiny, and it's got little Boognish in the artwork. It's really it's a lovely thing. And this was at the Masonic Auditorium in San Francisco. The previous one was from the Bill Graham Civic, and this is from the Masonic. But there's even something.
There's more.
There's more. Double-sided.
Oh yeah. And I love this one. This is a take on the BG32.
Yes.
And with Dean and Gene Ween right in the middle. But I love this one because this has like the most little Ween details of them all. Maybe like there's little daisies. I think there's like cockroaches. There's like, I mean, if you know their music, you can find so many little references to their songs. And Emek has done this on a lot of other Ween posters too. I have an Emek Ween poster in my bedroom that is like not quite as fun and hilarious as these, but is just like chock full of references, and you can tell that he really clearly loves the band. Yeah, which, I've spoken to other poster artists who have worked with Ween, and they all are like, oh yeah, Ween's my favorite band. I guess, they're really popular among poster artists.
They cover a lot of ground. They're really hard to define, to put into a box. And, but they're a great rock band at the bottom of it. That's why it caught me. It's rock and roll with big loud guitars, which, that's
can't go wrong.
That's right. And so again, here Emek pays homage to Wes Wilson, who was the father of psychedelic posters. Both of these were spoofs on early Wes Wilson pieces. He tipped his hat to Mouse and Kelly in the previous one, and Rick Griffin with the 105. And here he's cover the eyes of the children, people. This one's shocking. It's a takeoff on the NR6, which is a Victor Moscoso Neon Rose classic, one of the best pieces in that world. Although this is Marilyn with as you can see,
with the Boognish belt,
and multiple boobs and and it's all shiny and silvery. And what is it like? I can't even. 13 out of 25 here.
Yeah, the foils were really limited. There's only like 25 a piece.
This is gorgeous and humorous
Mm-hmm.
and a good time for all involved. So again, if you're a fan of Emek or a fan of Ween, or if you're both, then you got to be bidding here.
There
So
you go.
um,
And then of course we have to, talk about the territory that all poster artists must get into at some point,
which,
right?
which
Which
is
is the next one.
the next one. This is a real this is a heavy metal poster.
Mm-hmm.
It's metal and it's
That's
heavy. Sorry, that's a horrible joke. I know. Anyhow,
well,
Grateful Dead. This is, a very limited poster by Emek, and I believe his brother did the artwork for this. This was a collaboration of both of them, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And it's all, I mean, it's shiny and super heavy and rare. It's on aluminum, and this really rounds out the sale nicely, because if you're, Emek's done several of the VIP prints for
mm-hmm.
Dead and Co. This is a tribute to, Deadheads, obviously, the
Yeah.
VW bus. And it's just, the endless iconography and art that surrounds the legacy of the Grateful Dead is one of the things that we continue circling back to here. And
Well, clearly they're the thread that runs through all of the hobby, all of posters, because that's where it started. And this is from this is just from a few years ago, correct?
Yeah, this was, oh God, 22, 20. I can't read. I'm sorry.
It's from 2022. Yes.
All right, my eyes are shot. Forgive me. But anyhow, Emek is done a great interpretation with the art of the Grateful Dead. Much like many of the new artists, this recent run at the Sphere created such an abundance of posters with so many of the new artists. It's very interesting. It's a lot out there. Like I say, these modern posters are, happening every night. So we'll see how the thing sifts out over the years. Right now, most of the stuff is just traded in private groups on social media and doesn't really make it to public auction. So if this is something that interests you, I would suggest that you tune into our auction, this Thursday and get your bids down.
Yes, absolutely. It's unlikely that we'll have any of these anytime soon. So, seize the opportunity while it's there. The auction, again, is open until this Thursday, September 26th at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll see you out there.
Hail Boognish.
Hail Boognish.